everybody. So I've decided to do this video on my camcorder. Haven't used my camcorder in a while for a video, and at least you can see me. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but I'm looking at this and it's looking really orangey red, and I don't know why. It could be the lighting, it could be because it's getting dark outside. I don't know, but sorry about that. So this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while now. And it is a video to share with you my bucket list. So yeah, I mean, I've kind of been slowly compiling a bucket list since, I guess, since I saw the movie The Bucket List. And at that time, like, I didn't really have a whole lot on it. But, you know, over the years, I've kind of added to it. And I guess since being diagnosed with lupus, it's become a little bit more important to me. And so I've actually pinned it up on my corkboard in the office to kind of remind me. Yeah, so I guess, you know, we were talking about this at my last support group, talking about, you know, how whether you have a disease or not, or whether you're healthy or not, doesn't really matter in terms of, I guess, death, because really, when you think about it, where am I going with this? Sorry, lupus fog. Yeah. You know, everyone on this earth is going to die at some point. And whether you are healthy or not, you really don't know when that will be. You really don't know when or how you're going to die. And, you know, just because I have lupus doesn't mean that lupus is going to be what kills me. I mean, I could step outside tomorrow and get hit by a car. You know, I mean, you just don't know. And so that's what we were talking about at the support group, you know, because, you know, it came up about how a lot of people are, you know, worried and afraid, you know, of dying from lupus. But, you know, like, a couple of people there said what I think, and like I just said, you know, you can walk outside tomorrow and get shot or hit by a car or whatever. Like, you just don't know. But I think what being diagnosed with a disease does is it kind of makes you more aware of that fact, you know, because most of the time, like, I would say the majority of healthy people don't really think about that, you know, and they kind of don't realize that, and they kind of take for granted every day. So I think when you're diagnosed with a disease, it kind of makes you more aware of the fact, and it makes you appreciate life more, I think. And it makes you, you know, want to live your life to the fullest that you possibly can. So in that sense, I think, you know, if anything, that's a positive that's come out of having lupus. And it's funny because, you know, like, I would say for the first year, maybe first year and a half of being diagnosed, maybe even the first 2 years actually, I didn't see it that way. I was scared, I was depressed, I was angry, I was sad, I went through all these emotions, and then I think what finally did it was, I can't remember exactly when it was, but I guess it was sometime last year, where I had just, you know, everything just came out this one night, that I practically spent the whole night crying, and I just let everything out. And like Alex, you know, he had gone to bed, and I was thinking about all these things, and I started crying, and it was eventually he heard me and woke up, and I ended up just letting everything out on him, and I just kind of freaked out, and I was just screaming, and I was just, I don't know, I was just letting everything out that I had kind of kept inside, just anger and everything. And I cried like half the night, but eventually there was nothing more to come out. I had pretty much let it all out. And it was almost like from that night on, it was like a big, huge turning point for me. That I guess, like, you know, I had finally let all that out, and then I had finally, I guess, accepted the fact that I have lupus. And since then, I've just found that I've gradually become more and more positive. And then, of course, definitely, you know, getting the courage to leave my full-time job has helped even more, because, you know, once I worked less hours in a less strenuous job, I started to feel better physically, which also helped my mood. And, you know, it's just snowballed from there. So anyways, yeah, so now I've just really, I'm really trying to focus on living the best that I can. So anyways, I just wanted to share my bucket list with you guys. And ew, there's a huge nasty dust web. Okay, anyways, sorry about that. So I'm going to share my bucket list with you guys, and I really hope that if you don't have a bucket list yet, that you do one. I've actually checked off quite a few things on my bucket list. So as I read through them, I will tell you which ones I have done. Alright, so number 1 was get married. I've obviously done that. Have a child. Sponsor a child. Do that. I sponsor 2 children. Buy a house. See the Ellen show live. I would love, love, love to see Ellen live. Her show makes my day. I watch it every day without fail, which reminds me that I have to watch yesterday's episode still. But, yeah, because I watched it on the website, so I can't see it till like the next day. But anyways, I just absolutely love her show. I think she is an amazing person. She's kind, she's genuine, she's hilariously funny, and she's funny without being crude, which I love. And, you know, she's just silly, and it's fun. And I just think, like, I just love how she ends every show by saying be kind to one another. And she just, I find her very inspiring, and she's a beautiful person, and I just love everything about her show. Anyways, so I would love to see Ellen live. Learn to knit. Now, this is kind of funny. I kind of already know how to knit a little bit, but I keep forgetting because I go long stretches without doing it. But the only thing is that I only know how to knit one straight row. I don't know how to actually knit something. At one point, my friend had taught me how to knit dishcloths, and I was pretty good at it, and I was making quite a few of them. And then, but I totally forget how to do that now. And I've never been able to knit like a sweater or anything, just like a scarf. So yeah, it might be kind of fun to learn to knit. And then have my own business or be my own boss or whatever. Now, okay, I haven't checked it off yet because while I do kind of have my own business in Crystal's Little Monkeys, you know, making and selling the reborns, I don't consider it a full business because I'm very inconsistent when it comes to making the reborns, just because, like, depending on how my hands are feeling, sometimes I can't work on them. And like Estelle has taken me over a year to make. So, I mean, I don't even make one reborn a month. Like, I might make like a handful in a year, if even that. So I don't think it's quite enough to call it a business. It's almost like a hobby, I guess. And it's not something I could do full time because the income is so sporadic. It would be hard to make a full income on that. So, I mean, I think I've mentioned before that my plan is that hopefully if we get a house, you know, in the next couple of years, sooner rather than later, hopefully, my thing is that I would love to have my own preschool in our basement of our house. So I already have like tons of supplies to carry out tons of activities, and I just have so many ideas on how I want to do this. And it's not going to be a daycare. Like, it's funny because like everyone keeps saying that I'm going to run like a daycare, but it's not a daycare, because a daycare would be like 7:30 a.m. till 6 a.m. kids, like 5 kids to myself, nonstop all the time. And there is no way I could do that on my own. So preschool would be, Kyle used to attend a preschool like this, and that's where the first idea kind of came about. And then while I was job hunting, I did do a couple of interviews at preschools that were similar. And I even at one point saw a job posting on Craigslist for someone that was running their own preschool from their home like this. And so basically the way it works is you're working with just one age, which is the preschool age, which is perfect for me because there's no lifting, there's no diaper changing, they're all potty trained by that time. And basically the way it would work is I would have a morning group and an afternoon group. And so I would have 5 kids to myself from 9 a.m. until 11:30, and then 1 until 3:30. So I would get a little break in between, and I think that that would work for me, mainly because when you total it up, it totals a 5-hour shift, like 5 hours of working with the kids. And that's basically, I mean, yeah, I'm only with one child right now, but, you know, like right now I'm working 4 hours. Prior to that with Jillian, it was 5 hours. So, and I know I can handle that. And just the fact that even though it'll be 5 kids, it'll be quite structured, in that, you know, they'll have like, you know, 20 minutes of free play, and we will do another, you know, whatever amount of time of art, music, and then cognitive, and then we'll have like a circle time, and then they'll go home. And there'll be like a little snack in there as well. So, I mean, it's like I'll only have like 2.5 hours with 5 kids, and then I'll get, you know, an hour and a half break before the next group comes, and then I'm with them 2.5 hours again, and then that's it. And I'm already at home, so by 3:30 I'll be done for the day, and I'll already be at home. So to me that would be great. So that's my goal. And I've already thought about when it comes to like my doctor's appointments or when I'm sick, I would just basically hire some supply staff to be on call. So haven't really done that yet. Number 8 is write songs. I have written some songs way back in high school, and I recorded one or two of them. So I've done that. Get professional photos of myself. I did that. As a wedding gift for Alex, I got boudoir photos done of myself. That was kind of fun. Okay, read all of Laureline McDaniel's books. I was well on my way to finishing that, and then I started to get into Nicholas Sparks' books, and I haven't picked up any of her books in a while. So I've got a list of the ones that I need to read. Read the Harry Potter. The tape ended. I didn't realize that I hadn't rewound it to the beginning. Okay, so continuing on, read the Harry Potter series, read all of Nicholas Sparks' books, write a story, learn piano and or guitar, record an album. Don't know if I'll ever record an album, but I checked it off because I have recorded in a recording studio, a demo. So I've been in the recording studio twice, and I'll be going again this year with that wag jag thing I got for my birthday or Christmas or whatever. Go to Disney World again, see the Grand Canyon in person, visit the West Edmonton Mall, see Carrie Underwood in concert, see Kelly Clarkson in concert, and see Taylor Swift in concert. Go to a cottage, volunteer, which I've done many times, so that's a check. Witness a cure for cystic fibrosis and witness a cure for lupus. See a meteor shower up north. I've seen a meteor shower once when I lived with my mother. This is like going back quite a few years. There was a meteor shower, and I remember watching out our window. And we did see quite a few, but I've heard that if you go up north where it's like total darkness, that's when it's best. So I'd like to do that one day. Go on a road trip, check. I guess like we haven't gone on like a really far road trip, but I guess you could say like going to Niagara Falls or whatever is kind of a road trip. Go parasailing, hold a monkey. I haven't checked it off yet, but I will by the end of summer when I go on my trip. Hold a koala bear. Kind of got to go to Australia to do that. Swim with the dolphins. Meet the Backstreet Boys. Now, I haven't totally checked this off yet. I'm still hoping to meet all the members of the Backstreet Boys, but I have met Nick and Brian. So it's kind of like a half check. Hold a tiger cub. I will get to do that as well this summer. Go to New York City and visit the Life Cafe, which is featured in my like all-time favorite musical, Rent. The American Girl store. Also get the Village Voice newspaper because I mentioned that in Rent. And see a show on Broadway. Stand in the torch of the Statue of Liberty. Organize a doll show in Toronto. That's a big one. I don't know if I would ever be able to do that because I've heard that the cost of organizing a doll show is like really expensive. But anyways, try to get reborn artists and collectors together. Like I've met artists like here and there and collectors here and there, but it's like hard to get them all together in one place. I'd love for it to happen. I don't know if it ever will. Have a closer relationship with my sister Shona and my niece Morgan and Talon. I'm really working on that. It's really hard though because they live, you know, it's like about a 40-minute drive from here, and it's like the weekends are always so busy. It's hard to like get out there frequently, and then also like their schedules and what they have going on. Like It's hard to get together, but I would like to see them more. Have my family know about my dolls and accept them. Check! I never thought that would be a check, but it is, and I'm so thankful for that. Meet Chantel Kreviazik and meet Sarah McLachlan, Shania Twain, and Avril Lavigne. Travel to Prince Edward Island because I am like a huge fan of Anne of Green Gables. And I just like love to go to Prince Edward Island and actually see like the Green Gables house and stuff. Actually, I don't know if there's like an actual Green Gables house there. I can't remember. But I think you can like visit the house of the author of Anne of Green Gables. Maybe not. I don't know if her house is in PEI. I forget. I have to look that up. But anyway. Have my significant other recreate a romantic scene from my favorite romantic movie. So there's two. One was Naming a Star from A Walk to Remember. And then at our wedding, we did like the dance from The Notebook. Get over my shyness and be myself. I think I've really improved on that. So I actually put a check mark. I really think I have gotten a lot better in that area. Live a fearless life, love myself, be grateful every day, live simple with less. That's really hard to do, but I'm trying. Milk a cow, find inner peace, be there for a baby's first step. I actually was able to check that off because I saw my nephew take his first step on Christmas Day. So that was awesome. Throw a party that everyone, and actually, Jillian, when I looked after her, I was there for her first step as well. Throw a party everyone will talk about for years. I put a check mark on that because I consider our wedding that party. Attain my ideal weight. That's a hard one, especially when you're on steroids. This is a little risque. Make love in a public place. So I had this book that I got when I worked at Valley Village, and it had like a list. It was like a book full of like your wish list. So it just had ideas for me to add to my list, and that was in there, and I thought I'd throw it in there. Store, and some of these I think also are from that book. Store snowballs in the freezer and bring them out for a summer party. Observe the American bald eagle in the wild. Own a big screen TV. Check. I consider ours a big screen. It's pretty big. I think it's like a 40-inch. I don't know. It's the biggest TV I've ever owned. So, create a happy family life. Make love in front of a fireplace. Touch a whale. Find a 4-leaf clover. I have found like so many 4-leaf clovers. I think I mentioned that in my Niagara on the Lake video when I found one there. I found like so many 4-leaf clovers. Most of them at Brittany's grave, which is like unbelievable. Praise rather than criticize. Watch Sesame Street with my grandchildren. Make a close friend late in life. I think I actually might be close to checking that off. Like, I don't know if I would say like close friend, but I've made some new friends recently in the doll world, Paula and Isabel and Emily, so yeah, like I think I could probably check that off. Walk behind a waterfall. I haven't checked that off, but I probably kind of technically could because I did this thing at Niagara Falls once called Journey Behind the Falls. Now, you're not actually walking like out behind the falls, but you're kind of like in a tunnel, and so like you can look out of the tunnel and see the falls falling. So I was technically behind it, so I guess that's probably the closest I'll get to doing that. Have no more cavities. I think I have been good with that. I haven't had cavities in like quite a few years, so I think I'm like gonna say check on that. Save enough for comfortable retirement. renew my wedding vows, have a monkey sit on my shoulder. I'll probably have that happen too. Go through the fun house at an amusement park. Can you believe I've never done that? I've seen fun houses. I've never gone through one. Stay in bed all day on a Sunday. Now, in our bed, that's never going to happen. Until we get a new mattress, that's never going to happen. List 100 good things that have happened in my life. Witness a miracle. I checked that off because, do you guys remember those miners in Chile that were stuck in mines or whatever it was? Like, oh my gosh, I can't remember how many days they were stuck in there. It was like a really long time, and all of them got out and survived. Like, I could not believe that. And to me, that's a miracle. See my grandchildren playing with my old toys. Be served breakfast in bed with a rose. Throw a 1950s dance party. I thought that would be kind of fun. Set the table with paper placemats for my child to draw on. Have a loving and lifelong relationship with my husband. Hear the bells of Notre Dame. Check. I did that when we went on our honeymoon. Dance in the moonlight. See the dinosaur footprints in the Grand Canyon. Visit my sponsor, Child Yours Lee's. I'd like to visit Change as well, but I'm a little bit nervous about going to her country because I've heard that it's like not so good. So I'd be a little nervous going there. So Yours Lee's I've sponsored the longest, and she's in Nicaragua, and I think I'd feel a little more at ease going there. Attend the Down East Doll Show. That will be happening this summer. Ask God one important question. Finish Animal Crossing. I've been playing that on the Wii for so long, but I haven't played it in like over a year, and I was like so close to finishing it. So I want to finish that. See Les Mis on stage. That's going to happen. It's coming back to Toronto in September, I believe, and I am not missing it. See Wicked on stage, and that's it. 88 items on my list. So yeah, that's my bucket list. And that's it for now. See you guys in the next video.